It's a new year, a new season, and we are underway.
Really dominating fashion here today is going to win.
2, 3, 4 for the final time.
Win number 1 of the season, only just barely.
He is going to win here at the Martinsville Speedway.
Wins the Emerson Electric 100K.
Gonna be Igor Barretto's gonna eke it out.
Cup Series champion is Shane Lake in the number 15.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
Martinsville Speedway at dark. Under the lights here in Ridgeway, Virginia. Unlike last season where we were run fully in the daylight hours, tonight we turn on the lights. We're going to go night racing here at the Paperclip short track in here at Martinsville for race number 8 of season number 3 of the NOFSRL Cabela's Cup Series. This is the first Data 500. 42 going to take on this half-mile track for 100 laps, the longest race of the year in terms of lap count. It's going to be a good one here with Benny Watson leading the field to the green flag from the pole position alongside the defending champion, Caden Biller. Let's go down trackside and get you your starting lineup so we can get this pace lap started. And the engines fire here at Martinsville. 42 going to roll off here. It's Daytona 500 winner Benny Watson on the front row alongside defending champion Caden Biller. In row 2, we find Sebastian Kukulon in the 82 alongside the 77 of Trey Smith. Row 3, the 0 of Will Parrish in the 19 of Rockingham winner Charlie Davenport. Row 4, the 52 Josiah Robinson and the 17 of Atlanta winner Titan Nicholas. Rounding out the top 10, it's Ethan Lewis in the 51 alongside Mitchell Collins in the 59. And making sure everyone got off here. Looks like we are all good to go here at Martinsville. Benny Watson going to lead the field around to the green flag. We are ready to get it started. And the first Data 500 is green here at the Paperclip. Caden Biller leads lap number 1 of the first Data 500. Benny Watson did not get going off the start. That outside line got an excellent jump there at the beginning. And Biller pulls away to the lead. Watson in second. Trey Smith even got around Sebastian Kukulon for third. But now Watson trying to reel back into the 95. Kukulon is slipping backwards a little bit there in that 82. Behind him, Will Parrish taking the dive on Charlie Davenport for the 5th position. So right now, Caden Biller leads Benny Watson, Trey Smith, Sebastian Kukulon, Will Parrish, that's the top 5. Then Davenport, Robinson, Nicholas, Lewis, and Collins, the top 10 right now here on to lap number 4 at Martinsville already. Very, very short track here. Only a half-mile. Shortest track we come to all season long, but the longest race in terms of lap count. Might not be the longest race in terms of time. Of course, expecting a pit cycle around lap 65-ish. Somewhere around that. It'll be the one lone pit cycle of this race. That is if we go caution-free up to that point, which it's Martinsville, but it is definitely probable. Right now, last car on the track, Trey Wright in the 90. His teammate and team owner, Trey Smith, having a very nice night so far. Obviously started towards the front, and Trey Wright started last place. He hasn't moved up a position at all. Still in last, but looking to get around the 68 of Kip Silverpoint now. Things have settled down up front before we get back here to Joey Hightower in the 8 out of Beverly Creed. That battles for 13th, and Hightower's going to take the spot. And just ahead, Christian Vargas trying to get around the 78. Vargas, who slipped back late at the race at Rockingham, is extremely frustrated about how his race finished up, and is looking to rebound here at Martinsville. But up front, Benny Watson leading on the 95 again. Oh, Biller slings wide through turn 3 and 4. Benny Watson back down low. They're side by side down the front straightaway, and give it to Benny Watson. He takes the lead back here in the first Data 500. They both slide wide, though, through turn 1 and 2. Trey Smith right there and behind the 95. And Biller's going to give it the old boot scoot boogie. Here comes Kanan Biller. Oh, he didn't get going off of turn 4, though. And here comes Trey Smith down low. He's going to capitalize on the opportunity here. What a battle we're seeing so far. Oh, Smith slides up into the 95. Use him up a little bit. That's aggressive, but it's good, hard, short track racing. Or as Denny Hamlin would say, short track racing. Anyway, Benny Watson, the pole sitter, back up front leading. Sebastian Kukulon still in 4th while all this has gone on. Will Parrish 5th, in jeopardy of losing that to Josiah Robinson as he slides wide through turn 3 and 4. Never mind, he will hold on to it for now. Looking at the points coming to this race, Sophia Fragniti in the 38 comes in the points leader after Rockingham, if I'm not mistaken. Let me pull up the points real quick here just to verify that. I'm pretty sure Sophia Fragniti is still... Oh, did she just hit the wall? Whatever happened there, she slipped big time coming out of turn number 4. Don't know if she got into the wall or not, but obviously she's not having a very good time with that 38 Menards Ford right now. But taking a look at the driver's points, yes indeed, Sophia Fragniti came in with the points lead, 12 points over Samet Oskin. And Fragniti right now is in the 32nd position to Samet Oskin being in... Oh, Daisy Johnson's got a problem there in the 15. Slow on the inside, coming to the pit road, potentially maybe a tire down. Samet Oskin right now in 15th as we check back in up front. Kanan Biller's getting on the inside of Trey Smith. That's for the race lead. They've both gotten around Benny Watson. And it looks like Kanan Biller might be taking it away from Trey Smith. And he will. In behind, Mitchell Collins and Charlie Davenport going to go at it there. That's for 7th on track. Give it to Mitchell Collins as he slides up into Davenport. Meanwhile, up front there, still side by side. Trey Smith trying to work that top side. Benny Watson trying to get underneath the 77. And they're still battling up for the front. Oh, Biller overdrove the corner, into the wall they go. Smith into the wall as well. Watson's going to get on by and take the lead. And that's a big gap back to 2nd now. As they both went up into the outside wall, Biller's going to slide back on the outside. That'll move Trey Smith to 2nd, Sebastian Kukulon to 3rd, and in a moment, Will Parrish to 4th, Kanan Biller back to the 5th position, Mitchell Collins up to 6th, Josiah Robinson 7th, Davenport 8th, Titan Nicholas 9th, and Ethan Lewis rounds out the top 10 here on lap 20 at Martinsville. What a race we're seeing so far here at the Paperclip, but it's just beginning. Only a 5th of the way done here in the first Data 500. Already starting to close in on lap traffic there. The 33 of Jacob Thibodeau as Daisy Johnson has fallen 4 laps down. And there she is back out on track. But whatever problem she had was cost her a ton of time. She is 4 laps down now, hopelessly out of contention for this race victory. But out there just trying to log laps and maybe have a bone thrown her way. But doubtful that that's going to happen. Meanwhile, it is still Watson leading this race. Trey Smith 2nd. side by side for third as Kukulon slides wide. Parrish is going to take that spot away, and Mitchell Collins is going to take fifth away from Kanan Biller. Parrish and Kukulon still going at it. Now Parrish will not quite. Sebastian Kukulon still trying to work that outside. He's actually got a nose advantage going into turn 3 and 4 this time. And now I believe Parrish will clear him. Kukulon's going to want to get down low quick. He doesn't want Mitchell Collins to get on by. He wants to get down to that inside. He needs to get off the top side. Not going to happen right now. But as Benny Watson closes in on that 33 of Jacob Thibodeau, you know Trey Smith is eager to get on by that 53. So we'll move Parrish to third, Collins to fourth, Kukulon to fifth, and maybe Collins to third here if he gets by that 0. Could very well happen here. Going into turn 3, a big dive. They make contact, but Collins will clear for third place. Caution free so far in this race, which has been nice. This has been a hectic race so far, but a good one nonetheless. As Watson's going to slide wide in turn 1 and 2, here comes Trey Smith down low. They're going to go at it again. And into the back of the 53, Trey Smith with the old boo scoot buggy. He's going to get on by Benny Watson there for the race lead. And it's short track racing. Mitchell Collins closing in there in the 59 while they've gone at it. Thibodeau going to get underneath the 84 of Nathan Smith. That's for 40th on track, I believe. Yes, it is. But that could be bad for Benny Watson as he slides up, as Trey Smith gets by the 84. Now Watson's going to lose some time to the 77 potentially, as he's going to try to get on by Jacob Thibodeau. Mitchell Collins closed in big time as well to that 53 there in that JD Motorsports number 59 Dodge. Parrish settles in fourth, Kukulon fifth. Flying the banner for Trinity River Racing as Salmon Oskin still in 16th place. He was 15th the last time we checked in on him, but the Homestead winner still having a fantastic night as Collins is going to clear Watson. That's for second place there. And he'll be left to chase down the 77 of Trey Smith, who's going to slide up into Jacob Thibodeau, but he'll make it off the corner very well anyways. Halfway to the pit cycle, again expecting it around lap 65. You know, Trey Smith's just going, oh man. Wishing we could get there quicker, I bet. Because he is in an excellent spot. Leading, obviously. Although with Martinsville, I don't exactly know what to expect. Whether the overtake or the overcut, the undercut, or the mid-cut is what's going to work. Because, well, you're not going to see a lot of overtaking for the remainder of this cycle here, I think, because the tires are all just so worn. Except for these guys getting around lap traffic. And hello, Charlie Davenport gives the boot to Josiah Robinson headed into turn 3. That's for 7th on track. And Davenport looks like he's going to take the spot. Not quite. Robinson's not going to give it up easy. And he's going to hold off that 19. Great defense by Josiah Robinson. Meanwhile, Collins has cleared the 33 of Thibodeau. He's now closing in on the 77 of Trey Smith, who has a windshield full of Roy Ribbleton. Now he's going to go side by side with that 81. Roy Ribbleton is Mitchell Collins' teammate. So I would not think it would be crazy if Ribbleton was holding up Trey Smith for Mitchell Collins to catch up to that 77, but Collins drove turn 1 and 2 wide there. Trey Smith's going to get by the 81. Collins not quite to the inside. And Rebleton's going to do the undercut underneath that 77, but will get in behind Trey Smith. All good for now. On to lap 40 here in the first data 500, 11 laps away from halfway. And I would say we're about 16 laps away, 26 laps away from pit cycles. Now Collins going to get underneath his teammate. That's for, well, not for position, but Collins to have a better shot of closing into that 77, and he closed in big time already, but overdrove the exit, and he's going to slip a little bit. So far, only 4 cars left down. Oh, Trey Smith went wide. Collins is going to be on the inside, headed for turn 1, side by side. Mitchell Collins to the race lead here at Martinsville. Not quite. Trey Smith's going to try the defense. We saw it work for Josiah Robinson. Collins is going to slide up a little bit, and he's going to clear that 77. These two have opened up a 1.5 second gap over Benny Watson as Trey Smith slides way wide through turn 1 and 2, so the tires are definitely going away. Absolutely. As we get later on in this run. We'll check in on the points leader real quick. Actually, real quick. Second place points man, Samet Osgin, trying to get on by the 57 of Timothy Ruiz. Looked like he was going to get by there for a second, but not quite. Falls back in line behind the 57. Meanwhile, checking in with the points leader, Sophia Fragniti, was 32nd the last time we saw her. She's now 35th on track right now, potentially in jeopardy of losing a position there to Keegan Thompson. You see he's already been in the back of her probably once already. You see all that damage to the 46. As checking in up further through the field, there's Andrew Miller going on the inside of Eric Monaco. That is for 19th on track. Give it to Andrew Miller in the 35. Meanwhile, Mitchell Collins still leading here in the first data 500. He's in search of his first career Cabela's Cup Series victory. Has been a driver for all 3 seasons. Uh-oh! He's slow on the inside. What in the world happened there? Caution's out, and a stalled car on the front straightaway. Ryan Durrani has stalled that 34. And that has brought the caution out. What in the world? So now, of course, we're going to see pit cycles here because they can make it to the end from here. Now we will see a race to the end of regulation as Durrani's going to come back out on track. Could have just been a tire down on that 34. But yellow is out on the speedway for the first time here in the first data 500 after an incredible opening half to the race. Comes to an end. A lot of battling, a lot of beating and banging. No crashing each other. I would say that was relatively clean for short track racing. As off the pit road first, Trey Smith going to overtake Mitchell Collins here under the caution. And he will take the spot. Collins to second, Watson third, Parrish, Kugelon, Davenport. We'll see what the official order looks like here this time by. Nathan Smith, I believe, is a lap down. And yes, he is 2 laps down. Well, here we are under the first caution of the race here at Martinsville for the stalled car of Ryan Durrani. Let's go back and take a look at what happened to bring it out. So watching here from overhead at Ryan Durrani, just slows up at the exit of turn 4, does not get going, pulls off down to the inside, and yeah, pretty much tells the whole tale right there. Tire down on the 34, I guarantee it. No smoke coming out of that. Was able to come back out onto the track, and well, that is what brought out the first caution of the race here in the first day to 500. Meanwhile, track is clear, we're good to go, so let's head to the restart here at Martinsville. Field still pacing here under the first caution of the race at Martinsville for Ryan Durrani, the 34. I assume had a tire problem, saw him stalled on the front straightaway, and that has brought the caution out here as Charlie Davenport on the inside of the track, slow. He could be coming back down to the pit road. Yes, he is. He's got a problem coming to the restart, and the Rockingham winner is going to fall down to the standings big time. Meanwhile, Trey Smith going to lead the field around to the green flag. We are racing once again here at Martinsville. A great launch off the restart for the top 4, but nobody else got going there. And I mean nobody. And that could explain why 78 Ben Grorich blowing up on the inside there. And a lot of damage to that 78 as well. No caution is out on the track. Alexander Rowe, Timothy Ruiz, Ethan Lewis coming down on the pit road as well. Nathan Smith pulling away from Trey Smith. So lap traffic is not going to play a factor here. So Mitchell Collins is going to have a really hard time catching Trey Smith, I think. Unless Trey Smith runs wide, which he's done from time to time here in this race. Collins slipped from 0.36 back to 0.58 back. Trey Smith, of course, looking for his second career win and second win of the season. Didn't win in his first season of Cabela's competition last season in Season 2. But he won at Phoenix this season after passing his brother Landon Smith Jr., an uncharted driver in the 41. And he was able to win that when the caution came out late for Brad Stover. And speaking of the uncharted cars, let's have a look at where they are right now. Timothy Ruiz in the 57 is 33rd right now. And as for the 41, I believe is in this. Trying to remember who the other uncharted car is. This is... Uh-oh. As I believe another caution has come out. Yes, indeed. Another caution has come out here at Martinsville. Take a look at a second. Actually, it's the 91, not the 41. The other uncharted car. But caution is out, and looks like it may have been in turn 3. See skid marks going right up to the wall. Big damage on Josiah Robinson in the 52. We'll see Benny Watson will perish on the pit road here. Of course, Trey Smith stays out. I don't exactly know why these guys are coming down on the pit road. Did we not just pit under the last caution? But we'll take a look at the replay in just a second to try to decipher what happened. Right now, the top 10 we're looking at, I believe, is Trey Smith, Mitchell Collins, Sebastian Kukalon, Kanan Biller, Titan Nicholas, Josiah Robinson, Samet Oskin, Joey Hightower, Beverly Creed, and Chris Reynolds the top 10, and yes indeed, scoring confirms it. So while we pace here under the second caution of the first day to 500, let's go back and take a look at what happened to bring it out. So this is what's brought out the second caution of the race. Ribbleton getting into the back of Nathan Stapleton as they slowed up for the entrance to turn 3. Sliding up the track, Stapleton goes, hits the outside wall. Just pretty gentle hit there, but enough to bring the caution out for the second time here at Martinsville. Let's go back and take a look at another angle. Full speed coming right at you down the back straightaway. Ribbleton into the back side of the 97, sends him up the track into the outside wall. And that, Nathan Stapleton getting up and around, is what's brought out the second caution of the race here at the paperclip. Meanwhile, though, the track is clear and we are good to go. So let's head to the restart here at Martinsville. And we're still pacing here under the second caution of the race here at Martinsville. I don't know what happened yet, but y'all do watching. Of course, you know I record the replays in post, so I don't exactly know what happened here. All I know is that a caution came out, and we are just wrapping it up here with Trey Smith leading. Mitchell Collins, Kukulon, Biller, Nicholas, Robinson, Oskin, Hightower, Creed, and Reynolds. That is the top 10. As the green flag is coming back out, we are racing once again here at Martinsville. Again, a good jump by Trey Smith there in the 77. Kukulon's going to slide wide through turn 1 and 2. Hold on to third for the time being, though. Collins trying to close into that 77. 36 laps to go. And of course, for the majority of these drivers, already seen pit cycles for them. Already seen the one pit stop and several cars on pit road. So the one pit stop, they'll all be good to the end. A lot of cars coming down the pit road there. RJ Rosero, Keegan Thompson. 91 on the pit road. Goodness gracious. Anyway, 34 laps to go this time by. Trey Smith has a half-second lead over the 59 of Mitchell Collins right now. It's probably going to be a bit bigger now. As Collins slipped wide, and yes, indeed, 0.7 of a second, the lead. Trey Smith slides a little wide there through turn 3 and 4. Collins could close a little bit. And he does just a little bit. 3/100ths of a second. Closer to that 77 is the 59 of Mitchell Collins. Coming around this time for 31 laps to go here at Martinsville. Trey Smith already won this season, but looking for another one. Half a second lead over Mitchell Collins. There's Trey Smith coming in 8th place in points. 38 out of Sophia Fragniti's lead. And Sophia Fragniti, 25th on track right now. That's it. And there she is. Still slipping backwards. Smith around the turn again to lap 73. 28 laps to go. The gap a little over half a second now. Collins not closing in very much. I am really impressed with the run that Kukulon has had, though. With all the stuff that's gone on in this race, he's been able to stay up towards the front, at the very least, in that 82. And he needed a good run coming into Martinsville here to even be up for conversation for anything the rest of this season. As Kukulon sits in points right now. Goodness gracious. I don't see him, so it's not good. Let me see if I can. 27th. He's in 27th in points right now. 78 points out of the lead. So trying to turn it all around here. His teammate Sam Oskin clears Titan Nicholas for the 4th position. So Trinity River Racing having a fantastic night so far. I'm of course happy about that, but you already know why. But anyway, Trey Smith now under a half second ahead of Mitchell Collins as he continues to try to close in with 23 laps to go. Collins tried there. He's closing in a little bit more, but had to overrun the exit of turn 2 there. He overdrove the entry. Just went in way too hot. But still trying to close back into that 77. Smith's already won, of course. Mitchell Collins has not won yet. Kukulon has not won yet. Samet Osgen, if he gets up there, will be looking for win number 3 on the season. But approaching lap traffic here with 20 laps to go in the first day of 500. Daisy Johnson came down the pit lane, coming back off it. And now Trey Smith is going to be right against the backside of Alexander Rowe going into turn 3 and 4. Who slides up at the exit. Trey Smith leaving plenty of distance between him and the 11, which is probably a good thing because that 11 is about to go at it with Andrew Williams. And that's going to slow both of them up. And thus, it will slow Trey Smith up as he slides wide. Mitchell Collins down low. Not quite going to get there. So Trey Smith will hold on to the lead. Somehow over Mitchell Collins. And Smith going to be careful not to overrun this one. $16 laps to go this time by. Only 26 cars left on the lead lap here at Martinsville. The top 10 within 9 seconds of each other. They're side by side in front of Trey Smith. Kukulon closing in on Mitchell Collins, though. Kukulon is a guy who's come so close so many times to a race victory. Could it happen tonight if he gets around Mitchell Collins? Could he challenge Trey Smith? Kukulon is a longtime friend of mine personally. Used to race on NASCAR Heat together in the OMA League. But now challenging for a second position at the very least for a race victory here in the Cabela's Cup Series. Trey Smith trying to hold on for win number 2. Collins going for his first. Kukulon, a terrible exit out of turn 4, though. He's going to try to regroup. He's got plenty of time, though. 13 laps to go. Very slow entry as they've got to deal with lap traffic. The tires, of course, wearing off later on in this run. Trey Smith slides wide going into turn 1. Here comes Collins. And of course, Kukulon waiting in the wings behind. Here comes Collins on the inside. Trey Smith trying to stick it on that outside. Not going to happen. Mitchell Collins to the lead here in the first state of 500. 10 laps to go, or 11 laps to go. Kukulon tries to get low of the 77. Boy, that helped him. Collins slides a little wide there. Trey Smith trying to draw back in, but the lap cars in front are still side by side. Now at 10 laps to go. I cannot believe what I'm seeing here. We're about to have another fantastic finish here in the Cabela's Cup Series. Mitchell Collins slides a little wider again, coming out of turn 4. Trey Smith right there. Kukulon, Samit Oskin closing in as well in that 83. 4 cars under a blanket. Here comes Kukulon. Trey Smith slid a little wide there, but not enough for the 82 to get underneath. Trey Smith going to try to get back underneath that 59 as well. Try to give him the old boot scoot boogie. 8 laps to go. Lap cars not side by side anymore, but they're still in the way. And that is what is allowing Trey Smith to close in on Mitchell Collins. As Collins wobbles, here comes Trey Smith down low again. But could not stay there on the exit of the corner, and he is going to fall in behind. Fitzwater Australia Racing, Arctic Racing, Trinity River Racing, and Logan Sport. That is the top 5 right now here at Martinsville. 6 laps to go. And you still have no idea who's going to win it. I sure don't. If you at home know who's going to... Uh-oh, Alexander Rowe, slow. Very slow. That's going to hold up Kukulon, and that's going to be it for them. It's going to be a battle for the... Oh, no! He hits Kukulon, and slow on the apron, but will get around the corner and head to pit road. But that will take out Kukulon and everyone else behind him. Oskin's going to get underneath Kukulon. That's for 3rd. And a heartbreaker for Sebastian Kukulon. Looked like he may have had a shot at his first career victory, but unfortunately, that winless streak is going to continue. Now 3 laps to go this time, as Mitchell Collins still leads ahead of Trey Smith. Headed towards the back straightaway. Very light traffic in front of that 59. And of course the tire's wearing off late, and Kukulon's going to have to come down the pit road. Sustained some serious damage there on the 80. Uh-oh! Turn 1! Car into the outside wall, Brad Crawford. And you know what this means? For the first time, we're going to go green-white checker. That is not what Mitchell Collins wanted to see. This is not over. We're on lap 100, but it's not over. Brad Crawford went around. That brings out the 3rd caution of the race. And Kukulon wishes he stayed out just a little bit longer. He'd still be in contention for this. But now, we are under the 3rd caution of the race here in the first state of 500 at Martinsville. We'll have a 2-lap dash to the checkered flag. What in the world happened there? Brad Crawford's not coming down on the pit road, so he must be He's really trusting that 07 right now. I don't know why he's not coming down on the pit road, though. He is a lap down car, after all. He's actually 3 laps down. But looks like Sam Oskin going to come down the pit road. Huh. That's interesting. And nobody else coming down the pit road. Reynolds down on the pit road, though. Obviously saw Kukulon already come down, but that put him a lap down. So none of the other leaders going to come down onto the pit road. And looks like it's going to be a duel between Mitchell Collins and Trey Smith, or it could be a Mitchell Collins runaway here. Trey Smith looks like he's going to come down on the pit road. Collins still not going to come down. That is interesting. But we're not going to see the replay just yet. We'll wait to the end of the race to show you what happened to Brad Crawford. There's so much going on under this caution, I don't know that we could just pull away from it. It's Trey Smith down on the pit road. He'll give up second place. So that'll move Titan Nicholas up to second. Behind 2 lap cars, Andrew Williams and Brad Crawford. Now the 17 will come down on the pit road. I'm starting to think we might see Mitchell Collins come down on the pit road on the restart here. Everyone else, literally everyone else is coming down the pit road now. So why in the world is Mitchell Collins not coming down the pit road? I have no idea. Interesting strategy call here for this 59 team as the lights are off atop the pace car. This is going to be interesting. If he has to come down, that could give the win to Beverly Creed in the 32, who hasn't been up front all night and now is in second place as all those other cars came down to the pit road. But we are ready to get it restarted here. Pace car is down on the pit road. Mitchell Collins going to lead the field to the green flag. First ever green-white checkered in the Cabela's Cup Series. Green flag. 2 to go. And Creed's going to get held up there. Everyone's sliding wide in turn 1 and 2. Collins not... He's coming down the pit road. Creed's coming down the pit road. Monaco's going to stay out. Daisy Johnson next to him, but Daisy Johnson's a lap down. Could Eric Monaco steal this one away? 1 lap to go at Martinsville. Josiah Robinson right there in the 52. That's another lap car. Second place right there, Betty Watson. Monaco. Uh-oh, Monaco goes wide. What in the world happened there? But Betty Watson's going to steal it here at Martinsville. Second win of the season. Oh my goodness. What happened to Monaco? He's all sorts of slow. He and Miller. Oh my goodness. Something happened to Eric Monaco and Andrew Miller at the end of that. And Benny Watson has stolen the first Data 500 here at Martinsville. Oh my word. So, I guess the Daytona 500 wasn't a fluke. Or was it? Goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, we didn't show the Brad Crawford replay before, so I guess we'll show that now before we get to your finishing results. Here's what happened to bring out the third caution of the race to set up that green-white checkered restart. It seems like it's just going to be a recurring thing with Roy Ribbleton tonight. He gets into the back of Brad Crawford. He already dumped Nathan Stapleton earlier. Now he's dumped the 07 of Brad Crawford. Yeah, officials are... I'm pretty sure we're going to have to call the 81 of Roy Ribbleton to the trailer after the race. Yeah, he's... oh my goodness. That's 2 cautions in a row that have been caused by the 81 getting into the back of somebody going off into the corner. But, yep, 3rd caution is out, and it's going to set up the first green-white checker, or it did set up the first green-white checker. Since we're looking at the replays after the race, you already know what happened. But let's take a look at another angle. Overhead as they go down the back or front straightaway into turn 1. Just Ribbleton keeps his foot in it, gets in the back of the 07 of Brad Crawford, turns him up into the outside wall, and that is what set up that last restart, and where you saw looked like almost everybody came down on the pit road. But at the end of it all, Benny Watson is your winner here the first Data 500. And now that we've done this, let's go take a look at your race finishing results. And we'll take a look at your finishing results here after a just wild race here under the lights at Martinsville. Benny Watson comes away with the dub ahead of Nathan Stapleton, Brad Stover, Samet Osgen, Will Parrish, Ben Young, Eric Monaco, Trey Smith, Titan Nicholas, Joey Hightower rounds out the top 10, the top 21 finishing on the lead lap. And as we scroll through the rest of your standings here, yeah, short track racing, what can I say? Oh, what a wild one here at Martinsville. Never knew what was going to happen there on the restart. Of course, never had a green-white checkered before this race. But, folks, there's your first ever green-white checker. And my, oh my, did things shuffle at the end there. It looked like Monaco had it made. I don't know what happened to him, but he slips from 1st to 7th. And Benny Watson wins again here in the Cabela's Cup Series. I don't even know where to begin with this race. Oh my gosh. Well, that's going to wrap us up here at the Martinsville Speedway. Wow. I literally don't know what else to say. But congratulations, Benny Watson and Team Velocitar. You've won again in the Cabela's Cup Series. And we'll take a look at your finishing results here. Well, I already did that. We'll take a look at your driver's point standings, your owner's point standings, and we'll wrap things up here at Martinsville. And until the next race at Richmond, y'all have a good one.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.